You know, Berserk is a Japanese manga. That's a graphic novel. See this book right here? I think there's like 20 of them. I'm only on number 5. Now the reason I got into this is because Prime One Studios started making some awesome statues from this manga. Then I got into the manga and I found out that it has monsters and blood and war and gore and soldiers and sex. What's not to love? As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey everybody, my name is Mr. X. Thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. We're doing another countdown today, and as I said in the intro, we are looking at Berserk. Berserk is a Japanese manga that is based off of a character named Guts and Griffith. I've grown to love these characters not only through the graphic novels, but the giant statues that Prime One Studio has been making. Now, many other companies are also getting into the Berserk game, from First Four Figures, Henri, Sume, but today we're just going to talk about the Prime One Studio statues, because there's 22 of them. So we're going to count down from my least favorite to my most favorite. And before we get into that, I just want to say, I'm not a big graphic novel guy, so it kind of surprised me that I liked this so much. You know, growing up, I read 1 or 2 books a week. And honestly, I attribute that to a lot of my success today. I mean, it sounds stupid, but in this day and age, especially with me having kids who are preteen and teenagers, reading really helps develop your mind, helps you socially adapt, helps you think quicker, and you start to talk good. Yeah, Bobby. But this is not a video to push reading on you. And if you're not a reader, lots of big pictures. But anyway, so we're going to look at all the different statues that Prime One Studio has either revealed or released. So, as a disclaimer, as we go through this countdown, I have not seen some of these in person, and I tout all the time on the channel, you have to see something in person to give it a proper grade. So I'm kind of breaking that rule, but that's okay, it's just a rule I made up. Kind of like the rule that I have to wait till 9 a.m. till I start drinking. I just made that up so I can break it. But let's go ahead and kick it off, starting with my least favorite from the Prime One Studio collection. Now, if I butcher any of the names, remember it's because that I'm reading this. I'm not like watching this on a television show, but number 22 is Sherky. Now, the reason this is last is for a few different reasons. 1, not very appealing, not very cool, not very bloody. Number 2, I honestly haven't got to this part in the manga yet, so maybe I'll change my mind because attachment to characters is a part of this. 21 is their Hand of God. Now, this is kind of like a prop. It just doesn't really go with anything. It's life-size. It does look cool, but for me, I'm just not totally feeling it, although I do kind of want to buy it. I'm going to be honest with you. Then next, at number 20, we have Isidro. So for a lot of the same reasons as Sherky, I've not just grown attachment to the characters, too playful in my opinion. To me, Berserk is more of a badass, let's kill people, very exciting. So maybe I'll change my mind when he's more in the story. Number 19 is that other life-size prop. So this is the BEHELIT skull. Now again, this looks very cool and I'm very tempted to get this, but it's weird. It doesn't go anything unless you're an absolute Berserk collector maybe. Next is the Standing Skull Knight. Now this has been released and I do know the people that own it absolutely love it. For me though, it's no contest between this and the horse other than whether it's a space saver. So you'll see the Skull Knight on horse in a little bit on the countdown. Next one here hasn't been released yet. So this is Guts in his Berserk armor. This is I think the 4th variant they're doing of it when you include paints. I just don't feel this one, and to me, you almost have to have the helmet if you're going to have the Berserk armor, so that's why this is so low. Alright, so now we come to number 16, a yet-to-be-released Dio. So this is not in 1/4 scale like most of the things we've been looking at. Now this is Guts versus Zod. So I actually owned a Sume Dio where he fought Zod in his creature form. But this is lower on the list for a few different reasons. I'm not feeling it, I think it'd be hard to display, and of course it's a different scale. Number 15 is Griffith. Kind of an interesting one. The statue itself is absolutely beautiful, but I've been trying to sell this for like $300 under retail with shipping for the longest time and I can't. And I think people just don't like Griffith as much as they do Guts. But even though it's a beautiful statue, it does fall in at number 15. Now, people are going to freak out about my number 14 because why did you put this so high? Honestly, it doesn't look amazing in person. Like, Griffith looks much better, actually, but this is just such a great companion piece to a Guts statue. You know, Puck played such an integral role in Berserk, and it's very cool to see this. And one reason I ranked it higher is it's so hard to get in the aftermarket. You pay 2 to 3 times retail, so that shows how much people like it. Number 13 is the Beast of Casca's Dream. Now with this piece right here, it's almost a companion piece, or it has to be a companion piece to the Berserk armor. I actually ended up selling mine because I sold my Berserk armor, but still a very cool piece nonetheless. Number 12, we see our first picture of the God Hand. So Void. Void is the weakest of the God Hand in my opinion, but he's still pretty cool, especially how much presence he offers. I mean, just a giant statue, leader of the God Hand, comes in at number 12. Number 11 is one that I haven't received yet, but should in the next few months. Casca right here. Again, such an integral part, a lot of attachment to the character. You really see her character develop, and she's a badass for sure. So number 10 is one I haven't seen in person, but this is the 1/3 scale Guts. Now, obviously Guts is one of the coolest parts of Berserk, and one reason this is lower ranked compared to some other ones is simply for the fact it's 1/3. It doesn't go with anything, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. Number 9 is the original armor. Now, they've done a few different variations. They did a different paint job with this where it was bloody. This is still a cool as hell statue, but I decided I needed only one Guts, so I ended up selling this one as well. Number 8 is one we've been waiting forever for. So this is 2 statues in one, 2 of the God Hands, Slan and Ubik. Hopefully this will be amazing. You know, one thing I really don't like about this is I know it's true to the story, but I don't like nudity on my statues. So unfortunately it does come with that. However, I'm really excited to get this, and not because of the nudity. Number 7 arguably could be number 1. However, there's something wrong with it. It's just so hard to display, and it doesn't scale well with the rest of the pieces. This is Zod in apostle form. Absolutely crazy beast. Amazing statue, but easy to pass with that price tag and size. Number 6 is yet to be released, but I think it's going to be one of the best ones. I am passing on it, but it's the Rage edition of the Berserk armor. One of the things I like is this is so dynamic. Probably one of their most dynamic statues, and that's who Guts is. He just truly cuts people down all the time. So I like that they show this. I like the different portraits. This is one that I'm not getting that I really wish I was, because it looks absolutely amazing. Number 5 is Conrad. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but the paint and sculpt on him are just absolutely awesome. While he's the weirdest ass character, I think that kind of adds to it because that's what Berserk is. But for me, I absolutely love this piece, which is why he comes in so high on the countdown. However, he's not the highest God Hand. The highest God Hand is Femto, so this is Griffith turned evil. And this is for a lot of the reasons. Again, paint and sculpt is immaculate. But I also think that this really represents the whole story of Berserk, good versus evil. Obviously, Griffith in his very evil form, and I do know he comes back to the light or to the good side, but this is a big favorite of mine, and I didn't think it would be. This is kind of the same. This was kind of a dark horse. I bought this on a whim. Zod in human form is absolutely unbelievable. I love every part of this. There's something about it that I can't explain in words or in video, but he comes in at number 3 because he's awesome. Number 2, I suspect, because it's coming very soon in the next few months, is the Skull Knight on horse. Going to be one of the biggest statues that I have in the 1/4 scale. I actually have to build a custom shelf for him. Looks absolutely amazing, and he's such a badass in Berserk. Not only looking, but just a very cool character. Which, obviously, what's crazy to me is they haven't beat number 1. So the original Guts that they put out. Now this is the bloodied version, which I like much better because Guts was always bloody. But what I love about this statue is not only does it show how badass he is, there's so many Easter eggs, hidden elements in the story. This is kind of like the ultimate Berserk statue, if you ask me. That's why it comes in at number 1, and it is definitely my favorite. If I got rid of everything, I would definitely keep this one. So that was my number 1. What was your number 1? Throw that down in the comments below, and it may be from a different company. I asked you to do that because I read every single comment, and you could win a statue. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones, at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, I really appreciate it. Please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And again, throw down a comment below. If you like stuff like that, I have a bunch of those on order, so please make sure you've subscribed to the channel and hit the bell notification. In the meantime, check out some of these other videos. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.